Mitrom and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps. South Asia Maps is an education channel, intellectual Kshatriya's channel. Mitrom, we are continuing our fascinating series of human ecology and predicament of South Asia Maps education channel series. In part 125 today, we'll discuss about CCP deficits. That is our abbreviation for carrying capacity, CCP deficits. In 124, we explored CCP surplus. That, that means we explored CCP surplus. Now we are exploring CCP deficits. After this presentation, you will get a very good clarity with simple iconographic form, diagrams and maps, the concept of carrying capacity, implications of the carrying capacity, today's modern society where we are living with 8 billion populations on the planet Earth. Excuse me. And Mitro, and this is our series, that is the ecology, human ecology series. You can see we are exploring part 125, carrying capacity deficits. You can find the similar series in the previous presentations and so on. And the essential basic ideas of these presentations on human ecology come from the works of the pioneering book by Dr. William Catton Jr., that is OverShoot, and BottleNeck books. So some of the points I mention here, the diagrams, etc., are my own understanding of global ecology, systems, population, culture, history, and so on. And this is sequel to our first part where I just explored it a basic concepts of carrying capacity. Here we are dilating it further, means expanding it further in a different perspective with more iconographic presentations and applying the concept of the carrying capacity to humans on the planet Earth. What is CCP? What is carrying capacity? Is very easy to remember if you remember MPSL, Member of Parliament from Sri Lanka. That is the maximum permanently supportable load. This is the load. You see the bags here on the donkey's back. This is the load. What is the ability of this particular donkey to support this load? So carrying capacity is just the ability, and it has to support this load permanently. That is very critical point. It just supporting it for walking 5-6 minutes is not, it has to walk forever. Theoretically speaking, a permanent ability. What is the carrying capacity deficits are? Let's say this donkey has the ability to support this 1 grain bag permanently. It can walk forever. Even if you put 2 bags, still it can walk forever, support. It has still the ability, a permanent ability. Then you put the 3 bags, then it is getting a saturation, but still it may possibly support it. If you put fourth bag, you see, put the red icon here, it doesn't have the ability. We can say it is suffering from carrying capacity deficits. It may walk for a couple of hours, then it gets exhausted and it collapses. You put more bags here, it is called completely collapse. That means there is no more ability for this donkey to carry those bags and it cannot do it anymore. Instead of the donkey, so carrying capacity has two aspects, the load, the ability. If you take the planet Earth, there is a load. What is the load? Load here is humans, human animals. Ability means resources. The Earth, the planet Earth, which has around about 150 million square kilometers of the land, that is the surface land, among which 10%, around about 15 million square kilometers or 1500 million hectares of the land produces the food called arable land for farming. Let's say this planet Earth has the ability to support 1 billion people or 2 billion people. This is the arbitrary. But today we have 8 billion people. That means there is a excess load on the earth. Ecological footprint is very high. That means the earth today, the planet earth, the Bhumata, Bhudevi, today suffers from the carrying capacity deficits. Remember, carrying capacity means not only the numbers, it also about the economic affluence. Suppose the planet Earth can support, let's say, 1 billion people in a simple, bare living conditions, a simple house, basic food, fulfilling 2500 kilocalories of energy. If people are using lot of energy, big palatial houses, mansions, using automobiles, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, everybody having an automobile like United States or many countries, or almost every person having, family having three, four automobiles. That means you're having more energy consumption, more affluence. That means that is also a carrying capacity, that just not the numbers. So carrying capacity, that means today carrying capacity deficits means is a condition where the ability of the habitat is less than the load. Deficits means less. Its ability is less than the load. Carrying capacity surplus means its ability is more than the load. How much load it can carry. Carrying capacity surplus, having it is very good. Carrying capacity saturation somewhere here is okay. Carrying capacity deficits here is not good. And if you're extracting, like producing the foods by industrial means, burning the fossil fuels, pesticides, harvesting, combiners, and urea fertilizers, that is drawing down the temporary resources which are not permanent, which are not renewable. That means you enter into the carrying capacity, that is the phantom, that is not good. That means is an excess of carrying capacity deficits society is running. So how many people the planet Earth can support? See, this is the only one planet Earth. Imagine it is a island in the entire universe. How many people it can support is just a little bit arbitrary. So before agriculture started, there used to be only 8 million people here. 8000 BC. Now we are, let's say, around about 2000 AD. That means 8000 plus 2000 is 10,000 years later. We have 8,000 million people. 8 million people doubled 16, doubled 32, again doubled 64, again doubled almost 125, again doubled to 250 millions. At the time of discoveries, around about 500 million people. At the time of the industrialization started, 1000 million, 1 billion. World War II ended, 2 billion. And at the time of the demission of the office by President Nixon, who demitted office, Watergate affairs, and so on, 4 billion people. Now 2022. This at the time when I made the slide, I put 2025, but does not matter. 8 billion people. So the population is tremendous now. Within 10,000 years, we have multiplied our numbers from 8 million to 8,000 billion people. So 8,000 million people, that is not possible for the planet Earth to support the population. That means the Earth is running on carrying capacity deficits. Such an important concept is not aware to many people, and people simply just talk about the socio-political point of view, the economy, GDP, and so on. They're not really that important. Eventually, they do not count unless we understand these events in a new perspective or new viewpoint called ecological paradigm rather than the traditional socio-political paradigm. That means around about 1500, this is the old world, new world. Europeans landed here, found immense of virgin soils, forests, minerals, metals. They increased their numbers. They exported these aspirations of years of exuberance from 1500 to the World War II to the rest of the people, and medical technologies, birth control technologies has tremendously increased the population on the planet Earth. The entire planet Earth, which has around about 150 million square kilometers of surface area and 360 kilometers oceanic water bodies area, around about 500 and uh, 10 or so million square kilometers, now suffers from the carrying capacity deficits. The earth cannot support so many humans, it cannot support their very high effluence. Effluence of everybody having an automobile using lot of energy. That concept can be very clear to you if you look the entire thing from the ecological perspective. If you understand the concept of carrying capacity, that is the load and ability permanently supportable, MPSL, and you can put it into the daily routine socio-political conversations. Thank you very much, and if you like these presentations, please support the promote the channel and bring it the knowledge to similar audience like you, and also make liberal comments and suggestions. Thank you very much, Dr. J. Reddy.